Mark Bryant on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. This video is all about becoming a personal trainer, the pros, the cons, the dark side, the good side, and how it can be so rewarding. So the first thing we're going to talk about is qualifications. There's a multitude of qualifications out there now for PTs to do. There's online, there's face-to-face, there's Premier, there's NASM, there's ACE, there's the Chek Institute. Now in my opinion, every PT should at least do 3 years, like a physio. You're working with the physical body, you need to know about muscle systems, bones, organs, mental, emotional problems. But many of the courses don't cover that, but they'll still charge you £3,000. You've got to remember that when you've done your personal trainer fitness course, you may only last 3 months. Many leave, 90% leave within the first 3 months. I know a few trainers that have been in the industry as long as me and maybe longer, 20 years or more. And we're the real deals because we love what we do, and most of us will keep educating ourselves and doing the courses to give our clients the max. So I believe it's really important as a PT that you keep re-educating yourself, but you only re-educate yourself on things that will make you revenue, bring in money, and obviously bring in clients. You don't be doing courses that the managers tell you to do, but it isn't going to make you revenue. You're not going to get much benefit apart from the gym. So it's really important you think about that, yes? I believe that if you've done any courses, the first course that you do, if you've done a £3,000 course and you've not made £3,000 back, don't do any more until you've made the next £3,000 back. Right, the next thing we're going to talk about is gyms. Now the gyms are quite ruthless on how they take you on. They will give you 1 month to find clients. Now in my opinion, to set any business up, it will take at least 3 months. So you're really in panic stations to try and build your client base and get the reward of getting a client base. So you have to walk the floor. That means talking to people when they've got their headphones on, talking to people when they're reading the paper, talking to people when they're scratching their asses, looking around, what do I need to do? Or having an eye to see what the client is doing wrong, so you can use that as a way to get in which to land the client. So you've got gyms that will pay salary, you've got gyms that will take you on as a freelancer. Now, what a lot of the gyms do is that they say, right, you're going to do hours free for us while you try and build your client base. Now, this is a big con, really, because if you're working for nothing, that's slave labour. It shouldn't be allowed in any job. So you'll be working to try and get clients, but if there's 25 trainers and they're not all completely busy, it's going to be really hard for you to get clients. So you really need to think about that. And I think a lot of the gyms are getting into trouble now, which is great, because they're not allowed to do that. Now they have to pay you holiday pay and sick pay and treat you like a normal employee. Because the gyms want to make the big bucks on big numbers, what they should do is hire the rate for PT and have 3 amazing PTs. Then as them amazing PTs are fully booked, then bring other amazing PTs in. So if you're paying £1,000 a month, which is average in a freelance gym, you've got to make sure that you can pay your mortgage or your bills unless you're living at home. And you want to educate yourself, so read more books and do more studying, and all that needs to be factored into what you're going to spend working in the gym. But if you're working for David Lloyd, you will get £10 an hour and you spent £3,000. But then you'll get £20 an hour when you get up to 20 clients. Now, working just with 10 clients is tiring. So working with 20 is going to be even more tiring. So you've got to think about your own health and your own well-being. The next thing we're going to talk about is clients. Now, getting clients, you're looking at spending. I'm just having my mint tea with agave in it and no water. So the next thing you got to think about is clients, and how are you going to get clients? If you're in a big gym and you're paying £1,000 a month rent, I used to do that. I've done that for 3 years. and it was well worth it because I got some great clients from it. I got some great experience from it. So I'm not poo-pooing that. You just got to find what works for you. So if you're working in a freelance gym, you need to walk the floor. You need to talk to people. You need to wind people up like I used to do. My manager, David, who I saw yesterday, we was laughing about the complaints he used to get because I used to go, what are you running on that treadmill for? It's going to kill you. You're going to have a heart attack. You need to do some decent exercise. With me, some strength and conditioning. Or another person was squatting badly and I said, you can't squat properly. So I don't know how you sit on the toilet. So I would use these types of things. I'd wind people up in which to get them to become clients. And I was successful at doing this. So the other thing with clients is that you're going to get clients with neck pain, shoulder pain, big bellies, small bellies, inverted breathing patterns, guts, dysbiosis, leaky guts, all these different problems which the normal PT qualification will not go over in their courses. They just need to teach you basic anatomy and physiology, basically about how the systems work, how to stretch somebody, but not how to assess somebody before you stretch them. So when you are doing qualification and you got your qualification, you made the money back, then think about doing Chek Institute work, or then think about doing an online course. But the only thing with online courses is that it's not very practical when you're trying to work with a client, palpating the body and feeling the body. So you need to really do courses where you're doing things practically, because that's what you'll be doing on the gym floor or working with your client in the home or in the park or wherever you're going to train them. So with clients can be very fickle, where you'll have them for 3 months and they'll piss off, or you'll have clients that will stay with you for 12 years, which I've got now. And that's a compliment in itself, because they're comfortable with you, they're enjoying what you're doing, and you're still getting the result that they're looking for. Okay, so really, really important that you think about that. The next thing you got to think about is pay. How much do you want to be paid? I don't work for less than 90, and I don't work for more than 200 an hour. Simply because I'm highly qualified. I spent 20 years or 34 years learning how to train myself, and then 20 years on how to train other people. And so I see that if you do over 1,000 hours or whatever you do, you become a master or elite in your field. And I've written my own book, Holistic Health for Proper Geezers, Classy Ladies, Get the Body and Fitness You Want. You can buy this on Amazon if you want to look in on how to buy the book. And if you bought the book, I will give you a free hour of my time where I'll talk you through the pros, the cons, and what you should do if you want to be a PT. So when it comes to clients, get them to sign a contract. Make sure you're clear and precise with how you tell you're going to work with them. Don't stand any nonsense. Sack them if they're not listening, because they will go around and tell everyone how shit you are. But really be compassionate and loving and understanding before you sack a client. So I've had clients be sick for a fair amount of time, and I've had to say to them, look, you need to come back or you're going to lose your sessions, and that gets them more fired up to come and see you much quicker. Okay? The next thing we're going to talk about is pay. So if you go and work for David Lloyd, you'll be on £10 an hour, then £20 an hour when you've got 20 clients. If you go and work for a freelance gym like what I do, I pay as I go, which is much, much better model for me. Or you can do where your client, if you're training them in the park or in the home, that's pure profit. You've got no outgoings to pay for apart from your travelling backwards and forwards. But normally in the home PT is more expensive, but in the park PT, group training, is much, much cheaper. But the great thing about the park training is that you can get the numbers in, charge £20 an hour, 5 people, that's £100 you've earned for that day. So I do block bookings where people book me 3 months, 6 months or a year. I don't do anything less than that, because this is the only way you get results in clients, and this is the only way you keep your client base going. Right, the next thing you've got to watch out for is a jealous PTs. Are you a jealous PT? So what I mean by that is that other PTs will try and sabotage what you're trying to do. Oh, don't do that course. Oh, don't read that book. Oh, your rates are too expensive. Oh, you shouldn't do that online. Oh, you shouldn't do this online. So I've had all that from other jealous trainers, but I just give them all the finger like that. Fuck you. I'm going to do my own thing because I run my own business. You're not running my business for me. So I'm going to be successful in my own way. By doing YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, by writing my own book, by doing lots of different types of marketing to meet different types of people in which to get that client base up and going. So really, you've got to be careful about the information you give to other PTs because they will nick it straight away. And what I found with a lot of PTs is that they'll want what I'm doing, but they won't give me the information of what they're doing, which is really quite sad. But I still give information out because I believe, well, they're giving me a compliment by even asking me a question. So I will give them the answer and what they can do. But if they don't do it, it won't work. The amount of PTs that are not on YouTube, the amount of PTs that are not on Pinterest, the amount of PTs that don't even advertise on Google, and they wonder why they're struggling. The next thing, we're going to talk about stress. And being a PT can be really stressful, especially if you've got 5 clients and all of a sudden they decide to stop. Or your bank balance is going down because you're spending too much on courses and going on holiday, and then all of a sudden you lose clients, or all of a sudden you get a big bill in where you've underestimated the bill and then you've spent all your PT money. So what I do with my clients, I only spend their funds as I do the session. So if I see the client for twice a week and that's £200, then I know I can pay my rent, I can feed myself. Does that make sense? So I try not to, oh right, I've got 10 grand in the bank, I'm going to go and blow it. I never do that. I make sure I'm very smart and precise about advertising budget, studying budget, as well as holiday budget, massage budget, and my own training and diet budget. So you've got to think about all of them elements. The next element you've got to think about is about healing yourself, because if you get too stressed, you will burn out. And I've seen this happen to many personal trainers, starting at 5 or 4 in the morning and finishing at 9 or 10 o'clock at night. That's way too long, even if you have a rest in the daytime. So if you're good at afternoon and evening work, make sure that your business is only afternoon and evening. If you're an early bird, only train clients early morning till afternoon. Don't do crazy shifts because they will damage you and make you very unhealthy. So it's really important that you take these points into account. Look after yourself as a PT, and your clients are gold dust. And what I mean by that is you don't sweep them up. I mean by they're so valuable that 1 gram of gold is worth, an ounce of gold is worth £1,250 now. So think about that your clients are worth 10 to 20 ounces of gold. So that's £20,000 in that year you may make from that client. So you bend over backwards. You go the extra mile with everything that you do to make sure that that client is happy. And when you do this, your client base will grow, it will get bigger and bigger, and you'll be able to spend 60 grand on your education like I have because of my clients have been so happy. Okay? So really important. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm Scott Bryant of Active Bryant Systems. Check my website out. Please subscribe. Please subscribe.
It's 7 o'clock.
And it's 7 o'clock. Please like the video and share the video to try and help other trainers. So if you've got any questions that you like me to answer, please dot them down below and I'll do the best that I can to answer your questions. Thank you very much. Peace out. Enjoy the video. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your PT. I hope you're still doing it like me in 20 years. I'll be doing it in the next 35 years. Thank you. Bye-bye.